हेलो एंड वेलकम। आज महाराष्ट्र सेट एग्जामिनेशन पेपर 2 कॉमर्स का मार्च 2023 सेट ए सॉल्व करने वाले। लेट्स स्टार्ट विद क्वेश्चन नंबर। अ प्रोड्यूसर when supplies particular goods and commodities to specified distributors and guarantees not to supply other distributors in a given region is termed as refusal to deal, tied selling, restraint of selling, or exclusive dealing. Correct answer is D, exclusive dealing. Next, under the provision of Section dash of the Banking Regulation Act, the SLR statutory liquidity ratio is applicable to scheduled banks. Section 42, 43, 47 and 48. So all the options are wrong. It is actually Section 24 of Banking Regulation Act which specifies that all these scheduled banks need to maintain SLR provided by RBI. It is published on RBI website also. So set examination is given 9 code. Either question is wrong or all the options are wrong. So it is actually section 24 that specifies. Next, which of the following is applicable for interstate sales? Interstate sales means दो स्टेट के बीच में सप्लाई करना। महाराष्ट्र से डीलर गुजरात सप्लाई करता है या महाराष्ट्र से कर्नाटक, गुजरात से कर्नाटक, बिटवीन टू स्टेट्स सप्लाई होता है तो उसको इंटर स्टेट सप्लाई बोलेंगे। और अगर विद इन स्टेट सप्लाई है तो उसे इंट्रा स्टेट सप्लाई कहेंगे। तो इंट्रा स्टेट सप्लाई के लिए CGST और SGST एप्लीकेबल है और इंटर स्टेट के लिए IGST एप्लीकेबल होता है। तो विच इज एप्लीकेबल फॉर इंटरस्टेट सप्लाई? सेंट्रल GST, स्टेट GST, इंटीग्रेटेड GST और स्टेट वेट। सो ऑप्शन सी इज करेक्ट आंसर। डी अभी एप्लीकेबल नहीं है, स्टेट वेट एप्लीकेबल नहीं है, फिर भी वो कुछ प्रोडक्ट्स है जिसके ऊपर स्टेट वेट लगता है। फॉर एग्जांपल पेट्रोलियम प्रोडक्ट्स एंड अदर प्रोडक्ट्स विच आर स्पेसिफाइड बाय स्टेट। नेक्स्ट, under the constitution, finance commission X and Y statement are given. Identify which options are correct. X or Y. X. It is to be constituted every 5th year. Correct. It can be constituted when President considers necessary. Correct. Both statements are correct. So option C is correct answer. Article 280 of Constitution specifies that Finance Commission can be constituted every 5th year and it can be constituted when President considers necessary. Article number 280 of the Constitution. Next, match the column Group A and Group B. Mercantilism, theory of absolute cost advantage, comparative cost advantage theory, or factor endowment theory. So, mercantilism theory states that a country to become wealthy should import less and export more. अगर कोई भी कंट्री जिसे वेल्दी कंट्री बनना है उनको एक्सपोर्ट ज्यादा करना पड़ेगा, इंपोर्ट कम करना पड़ेगा। तो इसके लिए स्पेसिफाइड वर्ड क्या है? मेंटेनिंग बैलेंस ऑफ पेमेंट। सो mercantilism theory was introduced in the year 16th century and it is the oldest theory. Option 4. Then absolute cost advantage theory was introduced in 1776 by Adam Smith. So option 3. Then comparative cost advantage theory 1817 में इंट्रोड्यूस किया बाय डेविड रिकार्डो। ऑप्शन 2. फैक्टर एंडोमेंट थियरी 1919 में एली हेक्सर ने इंट्रोड्यूस किया था, फिर 1933 में उनके स्टूडेंट ओली ने उस थियरी को एक्सटेंड किया। सो ऑप्शन 1, 4, 3, 2, 1 is correct match. So option D is correct answer. 4, 3, 2, 1. Next, which theory postulates that countries will export those goods that make intensive use of factors. that are locally abundant. Factors can be land, labor, capital, and locally abundant मतलब एक ही नेशन में जितने फुल अवेलेबल रिसोर्सेस है, ऑप्टिमम अवेलेबल रिसोर्सेस है, उनका प्रॉपर यूटिलाइजेशन करना. इंटेंसिव यूज मीन्स ऑप्टिमम यूटिलाइजेशन ऑफ अवेलेबल रिसोर्सेस of all the factors, while import goods that make use of factors that are locally scarce. Scarce means limited है. तो कौन सी थियरी प्रोवाइड करती है? द प्रोडक्ट लाइफ साइकिल थियरी, हेक्सर-ओलिन थियरी, थियरी ऑफ कंपैरेटिव कॉस्ट एडवांटेज थियरी और थियरी ऑफ एब्सोल्यूट कॉस्ट थियरी. सो फैक्टर एंडोमेंट थियरी, ये जो फैक्टर्स लोकली अबंडेंट है उसका फुल यूज करो और जो स्कैर्स है वो इंपोर्ट करो, ये स्पेसिफाई करती है हेक्सर-ओलिन थियरी, दैट इज फैक्टर एंडोमेंट थियरी, which is also called as HO theory. Okay, so option B is correct. Which of the following is not a type of balance of payment disequilibrium? So balance of payment disequilibrium means when receipt side are not equal, receipt side is not equal to payment side. It means either receipt side is more or payment side is more. So बैलेंस ऑफ पेमेंट डिसइक्विलिब्रियम होता है तो उसके रीजंस क्या क्या है या फिर उसके टाइप्स क्या क्या है? साइक्लिकल डिसइक्विलिब्रियम, सेक्युलर डिसइक्विलिब्रियम, स्ट्रक्चरल या डेमोग्राफिक डिसइक्विलिब्रियम. सो विच इज नॉट अ टाइप ऑफ डिसइक्विलिब्रियम? ऑप्शन डी इज करेक्ट आंसर. डेमोग्राफिक मीन्स पॉपुलेशन का नेचर, साइज, सेक्स रेशियो एटसेट्रा. सो साइक्लिकल डिसइक्विलिब्रियम, सेक्युलर एंड स्ट्रक्चरल तीनों टाइप्स ऑफ बैलेंस ऑफ पेमेंट डिसइक्विलिब्रियम है. Cyclical disequilibrium arises due to cyclical fluctuation in business or economy. For example, boom period or recession period. Secular disequilibrium, secular disequilibrium continuous trade deficit की वजह से आता है. Trade deficit means when we import more and export less. So specifically उस टर्म को बोलते हैं सेक्युलर डिसइक्विलिब्रियम, जो लॉन्ग टर्म चलता है, क्योंकि ट्रेड डेफिसिट से बाहर ही नहीं आ पाएंगे जब तक हम इंपोर्ट करना बंद ना कर दे तब तक. एंड स्ट्रक्चरल डिसइक्विलिब्रियम अराइजेस ड्यू टू फंडामेंटल इकोनॉमिक इश्यूज सच एज पुअर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर और आउटडेटेड टेक्नोलॉजी एटसेट्रा. देन which of the following countries was not a member of SAARC when it was established in 1985? South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation was established in the year 1985 और जो कंट्री एस्टेब्लिशमेंट के 7 से मेंबर कंट्री है उनको बोलते हैं फाउंडिंग मेंबर्स. तो 7 कंट्रीज फाउंडिंग मेंबर्स है: इंडिया, पाकिस्तान, श्रीलंका, भूटान, नेपाल, बांग्लादेश और मालदीव्स. तो इनमें से कौन सी कंट्री फाउंडिंग मेंबर नहीं है? तो Afghanistan joined in the year 2008. So Afghanistan is not a founding member. Next, which of the following is not a function of IMF? IMF provides technical advice to members regarding monetary and fiscal policy. Correct. IMF provides short-term financial assistance to its members to solve balance of payment problems. Correct. IMF functions as a reservoir of currencies of member countries and enables the member to borrow the other currencies. Correct. To promote private foreign investment by means of guarantees or participation in loans and other investment made by private investors. So correct answer is option D. It is not a function of IMF. It is a function of MIGA, Multilateral Investment Guarantee Agency Agreement. So MIGA is a part of World Bank. तो ये IMF का फंक्शन नहीं है. Next, which of the following is not a form of non-tariff barriers? Quota, licensing, bargaining, or VER. So as we know, trade barriers can be classified into two categories: tariff barriers and non-tariff barriers. Tariff barriers are specific duty, ad valorem duty, compound duty, or mixed tariff. And non-tariff barriers are quotas, licensing, VER. So bargaining is not a type of non-tariff barriers. It is not a barrier actually. Next, as per which accounting convention depreciation is provided for in depreciation is provided in the annual financial statement. So conservatism, going concern, materiality or consistency. So correct answer is B. Going concern concept that specifies that business will go on forever, but periodicity concept says that we need to prepare financial statement for every 12 months, annual financial statement. So correct answer is going concern. Due to going concern, we need to calculate depreciation for every year. Correct answer is next. Management audit is an extension of cost audit, efficiency audit, special audit or internal audit. Correct answer is internal audit. Management audit is a part of internal audit. Internal audit means जो audit business के internal management team organize करती है. It can be done by any employee also. So, and it is not compulsory, non-statutory type of audit. So correct answer is D. Next, the material price variance arises because of non-standard material mixture, pilferage of materials, loss of cash discount, and carelessness in the use of material. Correct answer is option C. Loss of cash discount. MPV फॉर्मूला क्या है? स्टैंडर्ड प्राइस माइनस एक्चुअल प्राइस. तो ये जो डिफरेंस होगा वो कैश डिस्काउंट की वजह से होता है. इसलिए मटेरियल प्राइस वेरिएंस arises because of loss of cash discount. Correct answer is C. Next, in which system costs are first traced not to activities but to an organizational unit such as department or plant and then to product. Traditional costing, activity based costing, which is also called as ABC. Next, target costing or Kaizen costing. Correct answer is A. ट्रेडिशनल कॉस्टिंग, क्योंकि जो एक्टिविटीज बेस्ड होता है वो एक्टिविटी बेस्ड कॉस्टिंग है, बट विच इज नॉट एक्टिविटी बेस्ड कॉस्टिंग इज कॉल्ड एज ट्रेडिशनल कॉस्टिंग. नेक्स्ट, MTC Limited sold 2,75,000 units of its product at 37.50 rupees per unit. So it is selling price per unit and it is sales quantity. Variable cost are 17.50 rupees per unit. Variable cost per unit. Manufacturing cost is 14 and selling cost is 3.5 per unit. So it is not actually required because 14 plus 3.5 it is 17.5. So they have classified variable cost into manufacturing and selling cost. Fixed costs are incurred uniformly throughout the year. An amount of 35 lakh rupees. It is fixed cost amount including depreciation 15 lakh rupees. There are no beginning and ending inventory, no opening and closing stock. How much sales a company would earn? How much sales a company should make to earn desired profit of 2,50,000 rupees. तो क्वेश्चन में पूछा है कि अगर कंपनी को 2,50,000 रुपीज का प्रॉफिट अर्न करना है तो उनको कितना सेल करना पड़ेगा, कितने अमाउंट का सेल करना पड़ेगा. तो 70 लाख, 75 लाख, 73.5 लाख और 70,31,689 रुपीज का. तो एक फॉर्मूला है वो कैलकुलेट करना पड़ेगा. फॉर्मूला फॉर रिक्विजिट ऑफ सेल्स इन यूनिट इज fixed cost plus desired profit divided by contribution per unit. तो फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट क्वेश्चन में दिया है 35 लाख रुपीज टोटल फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट प्लस डिजायर्ड प्रॉफिट इज 2,50,000 रुपीज डिवाइडेड बाय कॉस्ट पर यूनिट. कहां से मिलेगा? सेलिंग प्राइस पर यूनिट माइनस वेरिएबल कॉस्ट पर यूनिट. सेलिंग प्राइस है 37.5 and variable cost is 17.5. So 35 lakh plus 2 lakh 50,000, 37 lakh 50,000 divided by contribution per unit मिलेगा 20 rupees. So it will be 37 lakh 50,000 divided by 20. 1 lakh 87,500 rupees will be sales unit. This is requisite of sales in unit. ये रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ सेल्स है यूनिट में, हमें क्या चाहिए, अमाउंट ही चाहिए, तो इसे सेलिंग प्राइस पर यूनिट से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे एंड सेलिंग प्राइस पर यूनिट इज 37.5 क्वेश्चन में दिया है, तो मल्टीप्लाई बाय 37.5 rupees, it is 70,31,250 rupees. So nearest answer is this. Option D is correct answer. 30 lakh 31,250 rupees is answer. So option D will be the most appropriate answer and most closed answer. Next, the price band in case of IPO represents price range of share, band box, average price और market value. Correct answer is A, price range of shares. जब कोई भी कंपनी अपने शेयर्स को स्टॉक मार्केट में फर्स्ट टाइम इंट्रोड्यूस करती है तो उसको इनिशियल पब्लिक ऑफर बोलते हैं, आईपीओ. और जब भी आईपीओ इश्यू होता है तो दो प्राइजेस प्रोवाइड करते हैं, एक अपर लिमिट और एक लोअर लिमिट, अपर प्राइस एंड लोअर प्राइस. फिर इसमें से कोई भी प्राइस पे कंपनी सारे एप्लीकेंट को शेयर इश्यू करती है, तो ये प्राइस रेंज होता है या प्राइस बैंड बोलते हैं उसे. तो अपर लिमिट भी होता है, लोअर लिमिट भी होता है. शेयर जो एप्लीकेंट्स है उनके पास ऑप्शन है कि वो जो चाहे वो प्राइस पे ये रेंज के बीच में कोई भी प्राइस अप्लाई करके सिलेक्ट करके अप्लाई कर सकता है, तो ये होता है प्राइस रेंज ऑफ शेयर्स. करेक्ट आंसर इज ऑप्शन ए. नेक्स्ट, question number 17. Margin of safety can be improved by. Margin of safety simply means profitability can be improved by. तो प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी इंप्रूव करने के कौन से ऑप्शंस है, या तो सेल्स बढ़ाना पड़ेगा या सेलिंग प्राइस बढ़ाना पड़ेगा, मींस सेलिंग क्वांटिटी बढ़ाओ या सेलिंग प्राइस बढ़ाओ, या फिर हमारा जो कॉस्ट है वो कम कर दो. तो देखते हैं कौन सा ऑप्शन करेक्ट है. इंक्रीज वेरिएबल कॉस्ट, नो. अगर प्रॉफिट इंक्रीज करना है तो हमें कॉस्ट कम करना पड़ेगा, तो ये ऑप्शन ए इज रॉन्ग. डिक्रीज सेलिंग प्राइस पर यूनिट, नो. डिक्रीज वेरिएबल कॉस्ट पर यूनिट, करेक्ट. कॉस्ट कम करना है, वेरिएबल कॉस्ट या फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट कोई भी होगा, कम करना है, पर फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट विल रिमेन कांस्टेंट ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, सो इट कैन नॉट बी चेंज्ड. सो डिक्रीज वेरिएबल कॉस्ट पर यूनिट इज करेक्ट ऑप्शन. या फिर सेल्स वॉल्यूम डिक्रीज करना है, तो वॉल्यूम मीन्स क्वांटिटी, सेलिंग क्वांटिटी कम करके भी हम प्रॉफिट इंक्रीज नहीं कर सकते, तो करेक्ट आंसर इज डिक्रीज वेरिएबल कॉस्ट. कॉस्ट कम करके हम प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी इंक्रीज कर सकते हैं और मार्जिन ऑफ सेफ्टी कैन बी इम्प्रूव्ड. नेक्स्ट, Indian companies are generally following human resource accounting according to model as suggested by. Correct answer is C, Lev and Skawat. So this model values human resource based on present value of future earning of employees. So option C is correct answer. Next, match the following pair, group A, group B. Confirmation of certain facts, opinion on final account, review of internal control system, compulsory under Companies Act 2013. So internal control is review of internal control system. C, option A. Statutory audit, it is compulsory as per Companies Act 2013. So D, option 2. Report, it is opinion of final account. So option 3, B, option 3. And certificate is a confirmation of certain facts. So 4, 3, 1, 2 is correct sequence. 4, 3, 1, 2. Option A is correct answer. Next, the cost audit report is to be submitted within 120 days, 180 days from the close of company's financial year, or 90 days or 60 days before the AGM. So correct option is option B. The cost auditor should submit cost audit report to the board of directors within 180 days from the close of financial year. 180 days or 6 months means financial year closes on 31st March, so it should be submitted within 6 months. That is September, April, May, June, July, August, September. Next, question number 21. The business economics is concerned with dash economics, normative economics, positive economics, alternative or descriptive economics. So there are two categories. Business economic can be positive or normative. Both are correct. So most appropriate answer is option A, normative economics. तो positive economics means क्या होता है? Pure science. Positive economics is a pure science. Pure science can be chemistry, physics, all these are pure science. But normative economics means which is based on judgment. So when we say positive science, it means it represents cause effect relationship. ऐसा किया तो ऐसा ही होगा. और normative science or normative economics means it is based on judgment. क्या होना चाहिए? What ought to be? That describes the business economics. So most appropriate answer is option A, normative economics. Next, when the price of petrol decreases, the demand for automobile increases. It implies that petrol and automobiles are substitute goods, complementary goods, inferior goods or normal goods. So अगर एक कमोडिटी का प्राइस चेंज करने की वजह से दूसरी कमोडिटी पे क्या चेंज होगा, उसकी डिमांड पे क्या असर होगा, ये कॉस्ट इज इलास्टिसिटी ऑफ डिमांड रिप्रेजेंट करता है. और कॉस्ट इलास्टिसिटी ऑफ डिमांड आंसर पॉजिटिव है तो वो सब्सटीट्यूट गुड्स है, और नेगेटिव आंसर आता है तो वो कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री गुड्स है. सब्सटीट्यूट गुड्स मीन्स if one goods is not available, then we can use another goods also. For example, tea and coffee. Tea and coffee both are substitute to each other. And what is complementary? Car and petrol. एक के बिना दूसरा नहीं चलेगा. So this is complementary goods. So petrol and automobile is an example of complementary goods. So correct answer is option B. Which of the following is not a property of IC curve? Indifference curve. Indifference curve is downward sloping, correct? Indifference curve का फॉर्मेट क्या रहता है? इस टाइप का रहता है. तो डाउनवर्ड स्लोपिंग फ्रॉम लेफ्ट टू राइट होता है. इज करेक्ट. Indifference curve is concave to the origin. Origin से concave होना चाहिए. नहीं, ये convex है. Concave means like this. So this is convex curve. So option B is not a property of IC. Let's check other. Indifference curve never intersect each other, correct? Because ये जितने भी कर्व्स है, IC1, IC2, IC3, all the curves will never intersect each other. And the higher indifference curve gives higher satisfaction, correct? जितना highest curve होगा वो highest level of satisfaction represent करता है. तो all the options are correct except B. So option B should be indifference curve is convex in nature to the origin. So option B is correct answer. Next, which of the following activities related to production cannot take place in the short run? शॉर्ट रन में कौन सी प्रोडक्शन एक्टिविटी को चेंज नहीं कर सकते? ओके, सो प्रोडक्शन मीन्स आउटपुट जिसका इनपुट होगा फैक्टर ऑफ प्रोडक्शन दैट कैन बी लैंड, लेबर, कैपिटल एंड एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप स्किल. लॉन्ग रन में सारे फैक्टर ऑफ प्रोडक्शन कैन बी चेंज्ड, बट शॉर्ट रन में सिर्फ लेबर चेंज हो सकता है. अदर फैक्टर ऑफ प्रोडक्शन कैन नॉट बी चेंज इमीडिएटली. फॉर एग्जाम्पल लैंड, हम लैंड का क्वांटिटी ज्यादा या कम नहीं कर सकते शॉर्ट रन में इमीडिएटली. लेबर का कर सकते हैं. प्रोडक्शन ज्यादा की रिक्वायरमेंट है तो हम ज्यादा लेबर्स को एम्प्लॉय कर सकते हैं, या अगर प्रोडक्शन कम करनी है तो लेबर को हम निकाल सकते हैं शॉर्ट रन में, पर शॉर्ट रन में अदर फैक्टर ऑफ प्रोडक्शन चेंज नहीं कर सकते, जैसे कि कैपिटल। कैपिटल मीन्स प्लांट एंड मशीनरी, इट कैन बी चेंज्ड इन लॉन्ग रन, पर शॉर्ट रन में हम इमीडिएटली उसकी में चेंजेस नहीं कर सकते। Similarly, entrepreneurship skill is developed over a period of time, so it also takes long time. So which of the following cannot take place in short run? Change in quantity of labor employed, it can be changed. Decrease in output, output कम कर सकते हैं. Increase in capacity, capacity means प्रोडक्शन कैपेसिटी, इंक्रीज करने के लिए हमें ज्यादा लैंड या ज्यादा कैपिटल लगेगा, ज्यादा प्लांट एंड मशीनरी लगेगा. सो ऑप्शन सी इज करेक्ट आंसर. इट कैन नॉट बी चेंज्ड इन शॉर्ट रन. और रेगुलर मेंटेनेंस ऑफ प्लांट, ये तो करना ही पड़ेगा, रेगुलर रिकरिंग एक्सपेंडिचर है. सो ऑप्शन सी इज करेक्ट आंसर. नेक्स्ट, increasing returns to scale refers to more than proportionate increase in output, proportionate increase in output, less than proportionate increase in output, or multi-proportionate increase in output. Correct answer is option A, more than proportionate increase in output. Next, which is a combination where the slope of isoquant is equal to slope of isocost line? Balance cost input, least cost input, maximum cost input, or cost of production. So this is isoquant curve and these are isocost line. तो जहां पर isoquant और isocost line मैच होती है उसे लीस्ट कॉस्ट ऑफ प्रोडक्शन बोलते हैं, लोएस्ट कॉस्ट ऑफ प्रोडक्शन. Option B is correct answer. It is a combination where slope of isoquant is equal to slope of isocost. Next, when the total cost equals to total revenue, TC equals to TR, it is known as expansion point, break-even point, shutdown point और focal point. Correct answer is B, break-even point. जब cost और revenue दोनों same है, तो there will be no profit, no loss. So it is called as break-even point. For example, if total cost of production is 250 rupees per unit and total revenue selling price is also 250 rupees, then there is no profit, no loss. It is called as break even. In which of the following market structure advertising expenses are least? कौन से मार्केट स्ट्रक्चर में एक्सपेंस कम होता है, एडवर्टाइजिंग एक्सपेंस कम होगा? मोनोपोली, डिओपोली, मोनोपोलिस्टिक कंपटीशन, ओलिगोपोली. So correct answer is option A, monopoly. If there is a single seller, then we don't need to provide advertisement to the customers. They will come themselves. They will come by themselves only. So monopoly is the correct answer. Next, which respect with respect to the consumer surplus, which of the following statement is not correct? तो कंज्यूमर सरप्लस का मीनिंग क्या होता है? जहां पे when there is willing to pay is more than actual pay. It is the difference between what price consumer is willing to pay and what he actually pays. It is correct. Difference between means willing to pay minus actual pay is equal to consumer surplus. Correct. It is the total benefit of consumer receives beyond that they pay. Correct. Same meaning होता है दोनों का. It is a value that consumer receives or it is the extra price paid by the consumer. So this is wrong answer क्योंकि ये surplus है, कंज्यूमर सरप्लस है, जहां पर वो विलिंग टू पे ज्यादा होगा और एक्चुअल पेमेंट उसका कम होगा. तो एक्स्ट्रा प्राइस पे करता है नहीं. इट इज रॉन्ग आंसर. सो ऑप्शन डी इज करेक्ट ऑप्शन. इट इज नॉट करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट ऑफ कंज्यूमर सरप्लस. नेक्स्ट, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज नॉट अ रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ स्कीमिंग प्राइस? स्कीमिंग प्राइस का मीनिंग क्या होता है? जहां पे इनिशियल स्टेज पे कंपनी अपने प्रोडक्ट का प्राइस ज्यादा चार्ज करती है. So there are multiple pricing strategies, skimming pricing strategy, penetration pricing strategy, or peak load pricing strategy. So which is not a requirement under price skimming? A product must be new and distinctive, correct? It must be imported. इसका उससे कुछ लेना देना नहीं है, तो ऑप्शन बी विल बी द आंसर. लेट्स चेक अदर. अ प्रोडक्ट मस्ट नॉट हैव अ क्लोज सब्स्टिट्यूट. करेक्ट, तो ही हम ज्यादा प्राइस चार्ज कर सकते हैं. अ प्रोडक्ट शुड हैव प्रेस्टीज वैल्यू. करेक्ट, सो ऑप्शन बी इज करेक्ट आंसर. इट इज नॉट अ रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ प्राइस स्कीमिंग. इंपॉर्टेंट गुड्स होना जरूरी नहीं है. नेक्स्ट, calculation of dash cost of capital only consider increment change in capital structure. It helps to know the minimum rate of return to be generated on the financing new project. Overall cost of capital, weighted average cost of capital, marginal cost of capital और return earning cost of capital. So specifically इन्होंने कहा है कि calculation of which cost of capital only consider incremental change. Incremental change means additional change. एडिशनल चेंज मीन्स एक चीज ज्यादा बढ़ने की वजह से दूसरी चीज बढ़ती या कम होती है, तो इसे बोलते हैं मार्जिनल कॉस्ट ऑफ कैपिटल. दैट टर्म इज मार्जिनल. नेक्स्ट, द रिस्क दैट अराइजेस ड्यू टू चेंज इन परचेजिंग पावर इज कॉल्ड इन्फ्लेशन रिस्क, मार्केट रिस्क, बिजनेस रिस्क और फाइनेंशियल रिस्क. सो इन्फ्लेशन रिस्क arises due to increase in price of goods and services over a period of time. So it is purchasing power, change in purchasing power. Correct answer is option A. Market risk क्या होता है? Generally market price of goods and services और stock market price fluctuate होते रहते हैं regular basis पे. That is market risk, market fluctuation. Business risk या operating risk जिसमें प्रॉफिट और लॉस होने के चांसेस होते हैं. फाइनेंशियल रिस्क मीन्स ज्यादा इंटरेस्ट पे करना पड़ सकता है, या फिर अगर हमारे पास सफिशिएंट प्रॉफिट नहीं है फिर भी हमें इंटरेस्ट पे करना पड़ेगा अगर बोरो किया है लोन. तो ये सारे फाइनेंशियल रिस्क, मार्केट रिस्क, बिजनेस रिस्क के मीनिंग है. इन्फ्लेशन रिस्क इज द करेक्ट आंसर. इट arises due to change in purchasing power. It means when the price of goods and services increases, then it is called as inflation risk. Then the selection of one proposal based on the choice of another proposal is called contingent investment proposal, replacement proposal, independent investment proposal or mutually exclusive proposal. Correct answer is option D. It means अगर counter offer रखा तो उसे बोलते हैं mutual exclusive proposal. तो दोनों एक दूसरे की, एक जो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होगा वो दूसरे कॉन्ट्रैक्ट के ऊपर डिपेंडेंट रहेगा. जब वो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट फुलफिल होगा तभी अर्लियर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कैन बी completed. Then which of the following is expression for operating leverage? So there are three types of leverage: operating leverage, financial leverage and combined leverage. Operating leverage का फॉर्मूला है contribution divided by EBIT. Financial leverage का फॉर्मूला EBIT divided by EBT and combined leverage का फॉर्मूला operating leverage multiplied by financial leverage. ये फॉर्मूला एक सीक्वेंस है सेल्स माइनस वेरिएबल कॉस्ट माइनस फिक्स्ड कॉस्ट EBIT माइनस इंटरेस्ट EBT माइनस टैक्स EAT. तो यहाँ पे कंट्रीब्यूशन डिवाइडेड बाय EBIT ऑपरेटिंग लेवरेज होगा और EBIT डिवाइडेड बाय EBT विल बी फाइनेंशियल लेवरेज. और EBIT न्यूमरेटर डिनोमिनेटर कैंसिल हो जाता है तो कंट्रीब्यूशन डिवाइडेड बाय EBT बचेगा. तो ये फॉर्मूला होगा कंबाइंड लेवरेज का. और एल्स वी कैन डायरेक्टली कैलकुलेट बाय मल्टीप्लाइंग ऑपरेटिंग लेवरेज विथ फाइनेंशियल लेवरेज. सो विच इज एन एक्सप्रेशन फॉर ऑपरेटिंग लेवरेज? ऑपरेटिंग लेवरेज का फॉर्मूला क्या है? कंट्रीब्यूशन डिवाइडेड बाय EBIT. ऑप्शन ए इज करेक्ट आंसर. नेक्स्ट, ए कंपनी लिमिटेड इश्यूड 100 lakh rupees 14% debentures of 100 rupees each. 14% is interest, 100 rupees is face value of debenture, tax rate is 40%, calculate cost of debt with 10% premium and 5% floating cost. So we need to identify KD. So the formula for cost of debt is interest multiplied by 1 minus tax divided by net proceeds. Interest is 14%. So 0.14 multiplied by 1 minus tax rate is 40%. So 0.4. Net profit means 100 face value plus premium. 10% premium, that will be 100 into 10%, 10 rupees. Multiply by floating cost is 5%. So 1 minus 0.05, the amount will be 8.03 percentage. Correct option A. Next, number 36. Demand for is influenced primarily by size of export, import, interport और all of the above. Correct option is import. import की वजह से फॉरेन करेंसी की डिमांड फ्लक्चुएट होगी. एक्सपोर्ट से तो हमें मिलेगा, एक्सपोर्ट किया तो फॉरेन करेंसी मिलेगा, पर इंपोर्ट किया तो हमें फॉरेन करेंसी की रिक्वायरमेंट होगी. इसलिए बी इज करेक्ट आंसर. नेक्स्ट, मार्केट वैल्यू ऑफ द फर्म इज रिजल्ट ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट डिसीजन, फाइनेंसिंग डिसीजन, वर्किंग कैपिटल मैनेजमेंट या रिस्क रिटर्न ट्रेड ऑफ. सो ए बी सी तीनों की वजह से मार्केट वैल्यू ऑफ फर्म अफेक्ट करेगा, पर रिस्क रिटर्न ट्रेड ऑफ मीन्स बैलेंस बिटवीन रिस्क एंड रिटर्न will determine the market value of the firm. So option D is correct answer. Pits are the place where deals are made. A type of broker, a type of broker, a form of margin money, a form of hedging. So correct answer is option A. Pits किसे कहते हैं? पहले के जमाने में 1992 में जब ये ट्रेडिंग फ्लोर पे फिजिकली परचेसिंग सेल होता था स्टॉक मार्केट में, स्टॉक एक्सचेंज पे जो फ्लोर होता था उस फ्लोर को बोलते हैं पिट्स. सो पिट्स आर द फ्लोर, ट्रेडिंग फ्लोर होता है वेयर द buyers and sellers comes and they make deals. Then higher exchange rate risk or political risk adds the cost of capital, lessens the cost of capital, bears no influence on cost of capital or does not add to the cost of capital. एक्सचेंज रेट या पॉलिटिकल रिस्क की वजह से कॉस्ट ऑफ कैपिटल इंक्रीज होगा, तो एड्स टू द कॉस्ट ऑफ कैपिटल. ऑप्शन ए इज करेक्ट आंसर. क्वेश्चन नंबर 40. Cocktail bonds are denominated in Egypt pound, US dollar, Japanese yen or euro. So cocktail bond is a bond that is denominated in a basket of currencies within eurozone. So it is called as euro cocktail bond and that is available in denominated in euro. Question number 41. Arithmetic mean is the most popularly used average because it is based on all observation. Correct. It is least affected by extreme observation. False. It is extremely affected, highly affected by. It is highly affected by extreme observation. Extreme observation means either extremely high observation or extremely low observation. So option 2 is not an answer. It is capable of further mathematical treatment. Correct. And it is rigidly defined. Correct. It possesses sampling stability. Correct. So option B 2 के अलावा ऑप्शन 1, 3, 4, 5 बी ऑप्शन इज करेक्ट आंसर. नेक्स्ट, स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन ऑफ 77777 is 7 root 7 0 49. Correct answer is option C 0. When all the values are same, it means there is no deviation. Deviation means differences. तो जब सारे वैल्यूज सेम है, किसी में डिफरेंस नहीं है, तो स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन भी 0 होगा. मैथमेटिकली कैलकुलेट करने के लिए चेक करते हैं. There are some steps to follow. First step is calculate mean. 5 वैल्यू है 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7 divided by total number is 5. 5 डिजिट्स है, इसलिए 7 into 5 35 divided by 5 it is 7. The answer will be 7. Second step है डेविएशन आइडेंटिफाई करो. डेविएशन मीन्स डिफरेंस बिटवीन मीन एंड ईच वैल्यू. तो 7 माइनस 7 0, 7 माइनस 7 0, तो सारे डिफरेंसेस जीरो ही मिलेंगे हमें, पांचों डिफरेंसेस जीरो मिलेंगे. थर्ड इज स्क्वायर्ड डेविएशन. हर एक डेविएशन का स्क्वायर निकालो, तो जीरो का स्क्वायर होगा जीरो. फोर्थ स्टेप इज कैलकुलेट वेरिएंस. वेरिएंस कैलकुलेट करने के लिए क्या करना होगा, स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन को डिवाइड करना होगा नंबर n के साथ. तो स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन इज 0 डिवाइडेड बाय टोटल नंबर से 5. तो 5 डिवाइडेड बाय 0 डिवाइडेड बाय 5 विल बी 0. एंड फिफ्थ स्टेप इज स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन. फॉर्मूला है अंडर रूट ऑफ वेरिएंस. वेरिएंस है 0, तो 0 का अंडर रूट होगा 0. सो स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन ऑफ 77777 इज 0. सिंपल टर्म में अगर सारी वैल्यूज सेम है, इसका मतलब कोई भी डिफरेंस नहीं है, तो उसका स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन भी 0 ही होगा. Question number 43. If A and B are independent events with a probability of A equals to 0.7 and probability of B equals to 0.8, then probability of A union B equals to 0.94, 0.56, 0.75 or 0.80. So let's check. There is a formula for probability of A union B equals to probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. As since the A and B both are independent events, so probability of A intersection B will be equal to probability of A multiplied by probability of B. So probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A multiplied by probability of B will be equal to 0.7 plus 0.8 minus 0.7 multiplied by 0.8. So 0.7 plus 0.8 will be 1.5 minus 0.7 multiplied by 0.8, 0.56. So 1 minus 0.56 will be equal to 0.94. Option A is correct answer. 0.94 is our answer. Next. Question number 44. Suppose the number of accidents per week on a certain highway follows Poisson distribution with mean 2. Then the percentage of weeks having no accident means zero accident, is dash. Given e raised to minus 2 equals to 0.1353. Probability of k accident is equal to mean raised to k multiplied by e raised to minus 2 divided by k factorial, where k represents number of accidents, zero accidents. So probability of zero accidents is equal to mean is given to raised to k. K is number of accidents, that is 0, multiplied by e raised to minus 2. उसका वैल्यू दिया है 0.1353 divided by k factorial. K is zero accident, तो 0 factorial 2 raised to 0 का अमाउंट होगा 0 मल्टीप्लाई बाई 0.1353 डिवाइडेड बाई 0 का फैक्टोरियल 0. 0 0 कैंसिल हो जाएगा, तो बचेगा 0.1353 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100 करेंगे तो अमाउंट आएगा 13.53%. So correct answer is C. Next, the score in certain examination follows the normal distribution. Normal distribution सबको पता ही है. With mean of 50, standard deviation 16, then the marks of top 10 candidates will have some score more than 90, 87, 97 or 95. Top 10% means we need the score at 90th percentile. For normal distribution, Z score at 90th percentile is 1.28. So let's check with formula. 2 plus Z standard deviation. Means is 50 plus Z score is 1.28. multiply by standard 1.28 multiply by 16 is 20.40. So it is 4. And the nearest to 70.48 is 8. So correct answer is B. 46. Level of significance in testing of statistical hypothesis is the probability of rejecting null hypothesis when it is true, rejecting null hypothesis when it is false, accepting null hypothesis when it is true, or accepting null hypothesis when it is false. So level of significance is denoted as alpha, which means type 1 error, and it represents rejecting null hypothesis when it is true. So option A is correct answer. And option D represents type 2 error, which is called as beta, which is denoted as beta. So option A is correct answer. Next, question number 47. The standard error of sample mean based on 100 observation from normal distribution with mean 50, the standard deviation is 5, is 1 by 2, 1 by 10, 100, 1 by 20, or 1 by 1 divided by root 2. Let's check. Standard error. Formula for standard error is standard deviation divided by root n. N means number of observation, equals to standard deviation is 5 divided by number of observation is 100, root 100. So 5 divided by 10, which is 0.5, that is half. Option A is correct answer. Next, a research which involves surveys and fact-finding inquiries is called which research? Analytical, applied, conceptual, or descriptive research. So correct answer is D, descriptive research. Next, 49. If correlation of x and y is equal to 0.70, then the coefficients of determination is 0.70, 0.35, 0.49, or minus 0.70. So coefficients of determination is square of correlation of coefficients. So 0.70 ka square will be 0.49. Option C is correct. Next, question number 50. In writing technical report, which of the following things are given main emphasis? The method employed, correct. Assumption made, correct. Detailed presentation, correct. Simplicity and attractiveness are not important. So 1, 2, 3 are correct. Option B is correct answer. Next, dash is a technique for planning and controlling complex project and scheduling the resources required for such project. Competition analysis, network analysis, financial analysis, and internal analysis. For planning and controlling, it is network analysis. Then dash is based upon the assumption that man is a rational being and will try to maximize his payoff. Maslow's model, Likert four model system, Uchi's theory of Z, और Vroom's expectancy model. करेक्ट आंसर इज डी, Vroom's expectancy models के assumptions है, उस assumptions में क्या क्या कवर होता है? Rational decision making, expectancy, valence of reward, valence means satisfaction, then instrumentality, individual motivation, etc. And Vroom's theory suggests that motivation is a result of rational calculation, effort performance relationship, performance and reward relationship, and value placed on reward. Next question 53. Which one of the following is quantitative technique of manpower planning? Job analysis, job description, job rotation, or regression analysis? Correct answer is D, regression analysis, because it is a quantitative analysis or it is a statistical analysis. Others are qualitative analysis. Others are qualitative analysis. जॉब एनालिसिस ये क्वालिटी में मेजर होता है. जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन, जॉब रोटेशन, skills, expertise, all these are quality. And regression analysis is a statistical measure, that's why it covers under quantitative technique. Question number 54. Transactional analysis was devised by Herzberg, Maslow, Berne or McClelland. Correct answer is C. Eric Berne, a psychiatrist, he has propounded this theory in the year 1950s. This is a psychological theory. It helps to understand human behavior in terms of transaction. Transaction means interaction between people. It helps an individual to improve communication skill and interpersonal relation. Then, which of the following is not requirement of determining the organizational structure? Activity analysis, decision analysis, reflective analysis, or demand analysis? Correct answer is D. It is not required for determining organizational structure. Next, which of the following is the qualitative technique of manpower planning? Time and motion study, trend analysis, regression analysis, and job analysis. Correct answer is job analysis. All the other are quantitative or statistical analysis. Job analysis is a qualitative analysis. Job analysis, job evaluation, job description, all are qualitative analysis, qualitative technique. So option D is correct answer. Next, 57. Which tests are used for recruitment of individuals for jobs determining experience, transfer and promotion of existing employees in training purpose? Achievement test, aptitude test, personality and interest test, or power and speed test? A. Achievement test. Then question number 58. Which is not an example of non-financial incentives? Not an example of non-financial incentive means they are asking us to identify financial incentives. So incentives can be classified into monetary and non-monetary incentives. Monetary is also called as financial incentives, and non-monetary is also called as non-financial incentives. And financial incentives can be bonus and overtime. Non-financial means non-monetary, which is job satisfaction, job security, job enrichment, and motivation or recognition, etc. So improved attitude, supervisory relationship, job satisfaction and job enrichment, or team-based pay. So correct answer is D. Team-based pay is a financial incentives. Then question number 59. What is undertaken to ensure that capable managers are available to fill vacancies resulting from promotion, retirement, death, resignation and transfer? It is actually succession planning. C is correct answer. अगर कोई रिटायरमेंट होने वाला है या फिर किसी का प्लेस चेंज होने वाला है, ट्रांसफर होने वाला है, तो उसके बदले में किसे प्रमोशन मिलेगा, वो आइडेंटिफाई करने की टेक्निक को सक्सेशन प्लानिंग बोलते हैं. क्वेश्चन नंबर 60. विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज नॉट द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ इनफॉर्मल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन? मीन्स हमें आइडेंटिफाई करना है फॉर्मल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में कौन सा कवर होगा. ग्रुप नॉर्म्स, ग्रुप रोल्स, मैकेनिकल हायरार्किकल स्ट्रक्चर और लीडरशिप, and group cohesiveness. Correct answer is C. Mechanical hierarchical is formal organization and others are informal. Question number 61. Under what circumstances penalty can be imposed on a banking company for submitting false or inaccurate returns when it is unable to pay its debt, when the business is not carried on for public interest, or when bank accept deposit in foreign currency? So correct answer is option A. As per Section 46 of the Banking Regulation Act 1949, penalty will be imposed if the bank has submitted false or inaccurate returns or misappropriate returns. Next, 62. In bank guarantee, the number of parties involved in the agreement are 3. One is beneficiary, another is guarantor as a bank, and third person is applicant, beneficiary and guarantor. Applicant, beneficiary and guarantor. 3 parties involved. Option A is correct answer. The following is absolutely essential for special crossing. Two parallel transverse lines. Transverse is different and parallel lines is different. Words and company, not negotiable, or name of the banker. Which one is essential for special crossing? D is correct answer. स्पेशल क्रॉसिंग के लिए बैंकर का नाम होना चाहिए, बाकी सारे पॉइंट्स जनरल क्रॉसिंग में कवर होते हैं. क्लियर? D is correct answer. Name of a banker is necessary for special crossing. Next, which of the following is the purpose of phishing email? Extracting personal financial confidential data. Correct. A is correct answer. Misrepresentation of fact, email to divert attention, email to promote marine products. So correct answer is A point. Personal data, personal financial confidential data gain करने के लिए phishing email जाता है. Question number 65. Dash is an institution of credit where reciprocal liabilities of local banks are counterbalanced against 1. Clearing house, stock exchange, discount house और treasury. Correct answer is clearing house. इसमें बताया कि अगर दो पार्टी से एक पार्टी ने दूसरी पार्टी को चेक दिया है, दूसरी पार्टी ने अपने बैंक में डिपॉजिट किया है, तो फर्स्ट पार्टी के बैंक अकाउंट से अमाउंट डिडक्ट होगा और दूसरी पार्टी के बैंक अकाउंट में अमाउंट ऐड होगा. तो ये एक्टिविटी कौन करती है? क्लियरिंग हाउस करती है. नेक्स्ट, अ ट्रांजेक्शन वेयर फाइनेंशियल सिक्योरिटीज आर इश्यूड अगेंस्ट द कैश फ्लो जनरेटेड फ्रॉम pool of assets is termed as securitization, credit swap, credit linked notes or total return swaps. Correct answer is securitization. Pool of assets. Next is a conversion of foreign currency bill into home country liability, confirmation, securitization, domestic capitalization or crystallization. Correct answer is D, crystallization. Question number 68. This technique assumes that the basic principle of vital few travel many while considering the inventory structure of any organization and is particularly known as ABC analysis, bill of material, economic order quantity or perpetual inventory system. Correct answer is A. ABC analysis. It states that an inventory can be classified into 3 categories A, B and C. जिसकी क्वांटिटी कम है पर कॉस्ट ज्यादा है, क्वांटिटी ज्यादा है पर कॉस्ट कम है, या एवरेज क्वांटिटी एवरेज कॉस्ट. सो दिस क्लासिफिकेशन इज ABC analysis. Question number 70. Dash is a market exchange rate decided by supply and demand factors, floating exchange rate, indirect exchange rate, variable rate or spot rate. Correct answer is floating exchange rate. There is no involvement of central bank or government. So free float market डिपेंडेंट होता है, डिमांड सप्लाई बेस्ड होता है, इसलिए फ्लोटिंग एक्सचेंज रेट करेक्ट आंसर है. नेक्स्ट, PQR कंपनी प्रोड्यूसेस रेंज ऑफ टूथपेस्ट, टूथब्रश, टूथ पाउडर, माउथ वॉश, शेविंग क्रीम इज एग्जांपल ऑफ अपसेलिंग, डायरेक्ट सेलिंग, मास सेलिंग और ऑनलाइन सेलिंग. इट इज एक्चुअली क्रॉस सेलिंग. करेक्ट आंसर शुड बी क्रॉस सेलिंग. सो none of the option is correct. So SAT examination has given 9 code. It is actually cross-selling. Next, which media is a rural specific media? Point of purchase, print media press, demonstration, decorated bullock cart with advertisement panel, TV shows. Correct answer is C. bullock cart पे advertisement करते, demonstration देते. Correct answer is C. Dash is a modern form of direct marketing. Mail order marketing, direct mail marketing, online marketing through mobile phone. Correct answer is marketing through mobile phone, because social media marketing के through ये direct marketing होता है. Correct answer is D. याद रखना C आंसर नहीं है, online marketing is wrong answer. Marketing through mobile phone is correct answer. Next, marketing of services is characteristic by the features of characteristics they have asked. Performance, intangibility, variability, perishability, and does not involve any ownership transfer. Correct? A is correct answer. There is no ownership transfer. Let's check other transferability, durability, transfer of ownership. ये tangibility नहीं होता, intangible होता है. Production, intangibility and can be stored, cannot be stored. Production, consumption can be separated, cannot be separated. Ownership can be transferred, not transferred. Stored, not, cannot be stored. So correct answer is option A. ये सारे features of services है. Next, customer relationship has more to do with the value than relationship, which lies in customer experience, customer data, retaining profitability, profitable customer, involves process involving protocol offering a systematic approach to manage the interaction with customer through customer retention, customer profitability and customer lifetime value. Correct answer is B. Long term relation को represent करता है, इसलिए B is correct answer. Next, question number 76. Dash is a concept that believes that customer will not buy enough of the company's product unless it understands the selling tactics and heavy proportional efforts. Selling concept, product concept, marketing concept and customer concept. Correct answer is A. Selling concept correct answer है because it focuses on push marketing, push concept and not pull concept. तो मार्केटिंग कॉन्सेप्ट करेक्ट आंसर नहीं है, सेलिंग टैक्टिक पे फोकस करता है, वो सेलिंग कॉन्सेप्ट है. क्लियर. प्रमोशन फोकस रहता है, प्रमोशन फोकस मार्केटिंग में भी कवर होता है, पर इनका मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव है पुश करना, प्रोडक्ट को पुश करना, मीन्स सेलिंग पे फोकस होता है, मार्केटिंग में नहीं. सो करेक्ट आंसर इज ए. नेक्स्ट, मार्केटिंग में companies use the pestle analysis for understanding the major macro environmental forces, in which in this analysis P stands for political, psychological, physiological or physical. So it is political, environmental, socio-cultural, technological, economical, ecological and legal. So correct answer is A, political sectors. Next, buying and assembling function is closely related with which element of marketing process? Concentration, trading, dispersion or equalization? Correct answer is concentration. 79. Targeting affluent customers with luxurious goods is an example of geographic, income, psychographic or behavioral segmentation. Correct answer is psychographic segmentation, which divides the market based on lifestyle, social status, values, interest, etc. Is correct answer. Next, which concept requires marketers to balance three considerations: company's objective, customers' needs, and long-term public interest? Marketing, societal marketing, production, or product? Correct answer is B, societal marketing. Question number 81. Unless there is dash, there can be no contract. Consensus, item, a common sale, goodwill, or a profit. It is a Latin phrase, consensus ad idem, which means meeting of mind. Unless there is meeting of mind, there can be no contract. इसका मतलब होता है कि दो पार्टीज होती है कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में, दोनों पार्टी के माइंड में सेम टर्म्स एंड कंडीशंस एक्सेप्टेबल होनी चाहिए, सेम चीजों के बारे में बात होनी चाहिए. क्वेश्चन नंबर 82. द महाराष्ट्र GST Act 2017 is published in Gazette on 15 June, 30th April, 12th April or 20th April 2017. Correct answer is A. 15 June 2017 को महाराष्ट्र GST Act पब्लिश हुआ था गैजेट में फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम. What is the time limit to get information under ITR Act 2005? Correct answer is 30 days. Within 30 days PIO information provide कर देगा, वरना फिर ऑफिस जो स्टेप्स होते हैं लीगल स्टेप्स फॉलो कर सकते हैं, केस फाइल कर सकते हैं. सेक्शन डैश ऑफ द कॉम्पिटिशन एक्ट 2002 डील्स विद गुड्स. गुड्स के लिए सेक्शन 2 क्लोज आई है. नेक्स्ट, हु कैन सबमिट द एप्लीकेशन फॉर रजिस्ट्रेशन इन फॉर्म ऑफ GST रजिस्ट्रेशन नंबर 9? Non-resident taxable person, input service distributor, person deducting tax at source or person collecting tax at source. So correct answer is A. GSTR 9 NRI के लिए होता है जो टैक्सेबल होता है. GSTR 1 इनपुट सर्विस डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर के लिए होता है और पर्सन डिडक्टिंग TDS और TCS दोनों के लिए GSTR नंबर 7 है. Next, question number 86. Which one of the following is not an essential element of valid contract as per section 10 of Indian Contract Act? Lawful consideration, lawful object, legal formality, crossover. Correct answer is D. It is not necessary. It is not an essential. What are the essentials? Offer and acceptance essential है. Consideration होना चाहिए. जो एज लिमिट है वो मेजर होना चाहिए. ये सारी रिक्वायरमेंट्स है, एसेंशियल्स है. लॉफुल कंसिडरेशन, लॉफुल ऑब्जेक्ट, लॉफुल legal formalities, these are the essentials of valid contract. So option D is correct answer. It is not an essential element. Next, the finder of the goods has right of dash over the goods for his expense. Right of care, right of lien, equality or bond. Correct answer is right of lien. It means the person can retain the goods unless it is reimbursed. The expenses are reimbursed. Next, which of the following is not an example of implied contract for the discharge of contract? Novation, alteration, merger or change of law. Correct answer is change of law. अगर law ही change हो गया तो automatically there will be no consent between parties. Novation का meaning होता है कि old contract cancel करके new contract करना. Alteration means existing contract में changes करना, terms and conditions change करना. Merger means when inferior right merges into superior right. And change of law. It discharges the contract by operation of law and not by mutual agreement. Next, dash is defined under section 2, subsection O, clause O. It is actually 2 clause O. Definition is given. All the definitions are in section 2 and different clauses are there. So section 2 clause O of the Competition Act 2002. Price, goods, consumer or competition. Correct answer is price. Section 2 clause O definition is for price. Section 2 clause I earlier पहले क्वेश्चन में हमने ये किया है. कंज्यूमर के लिए सेक्शन 2 क्लोज F और कंपटीशन के कोई स्पेसिफिकली डेफिनेशन नहीं है. 90. The first state to introduce the law on RTI in India was Maharashtra, Punjab, Gujarat, Tamil Nadu. Correct answer is Tamil Nadu in the year 1997. Next, LPG subsidy received by individual on cylinder for household consumption is exempt from tax, taxable under income from business. No. Taxable under they had income from other sources. It is not an income at all. Correct. Because it is subsidy. It is not an income. Subsidy is different and income is different. So subsidy, LPG की subsidy income नहीं है. It is not considered as income itself. Which of the following method is not specified as arm's length price in relation to specified domestic transaction as per section 92C subsection 1 of the Income Tax Act 1961? Resale price method, cost plus method, transactional net margin method or wholesale price method. Correct answer is D, wholesale price method. Question number 93. As per section 206 AA of Income Tax Act 1961, if PAN card is not provided, the rate of TDS shall be deducted at normal rate prescribed 20%, 30% or normal rate prescribed or 20%, whichever is higher. Correct answer is option D. अगर पैन कार्ड अवेलेबल नहीं है तो TDS डिडक्ट होगा डबल. जनरली करंटली TDS is 10%. But if PAN card is not available with the assessee, then it will be charged at the rate normal rate prescribed or 20%, whichever is higher. नॉर्मल रेट प्रिस्क्राइब मतलब ये चेंज हो सकता है टाइम टू टाइम. करंटली वो 10% है. तो एज पर सेक्शन 206 AA of IT Income Tax Act 1961 नॉर्मल रेट प्रिस्क्राइब और 20% विच और इज हाई पे TDS कट होगा अगर पैन कार्ड अवेलेबल नहीं है तो. नेक्स्ट, एनुअल इनकम अकर्ड ऑन नेशनल सेविंग सर्टिफिकेट 8 issues in the hands of individual shall be exempt from tax, taxable only in 6th year, taxable on the basis of annual accrual or on receipt basis. It is taxable. The annual interest received or annual interest accumulated will be taxable on the basis of annual accrual. So correct answer is C. And NSC का जो इंटरेस्ट है उसमें एनएससी में इन्वेस्टमेंट करने पे जो इंटरेस्ट गेन होता है वो इंटरेस्ट एवरी ईयर टैक्सेबल है और जब भी उसकी मैच्योरिटी होगी तभी भी वो टैक्सेबल होता है. नेशनल सेविंग सर्टिफिकेट. Remember, option C is correct answer. The interest is taxable on the basis of annual accrual. Next, the goal of tax planning is generally related to minimize tax, correct? Minimize scrutiny by income tax department, optimize after tax wealth or maximize after tax wealth. The primary objective is to minimize taxes. Tax plan क्यों करते हैं? To minimize tax. Simple है. Question number 95, A is correct answer. Then question number 96, compensation for loss of employment. It is capital receipt. A2, income by exploitation of forest under government approved scheme. It is revenue receipt. B1, income for minor rupees 1000 rupees. It is exempted from income tax. 4, and dividend on share of Tisco 2,50,000 rupees. It is income from other sources. Earlier it was exempted because the company pays dividend distribution tax and it was not chargeable in the hands of tax payee SSC, but now it is taxable. So option 3 for D. So 2143 is correct code. 2143 A is correct option. Income of a minor up to 1500 rupees is exempted as per section 1032 subsection, and dividend is applicable now under the head income from other sources under section 10 subsection 34. Then which of the following type of donation is eligible for 50% deduction without any qualifying limit under section 80G of the Income Tax Act 1961? Donation to government, donation to National Children Fund, donation to Jawaharlal Nehru Memorial Fund, or donation to any notified temple. Correct answer is donation to Jawaharlal Nehru Memorial Fund. 50% deduction is eligible without any qualifying limit. There is no limit, maximum limit नहीं दिया है. 50% जितना भी डोनेशन किया होगा उसका 50% डिडक्शन मिल जाएगा. नेक्स्ट, under income under head salary is eligible for deduction under section 16 subsection 1 for accounting year or annual accounting year 2019-20 is 40,000 rupees or amount of salary whichever is less, correct? 50,000, 40,000 or one third of salary whichever is less, no, nil. So there is a deduction for income from salary, that is 40,000 rupees or amount of salary whichever is less. Next, house property with a fair rent, fair value है 1,20,000, municipal valuation is 75,000, is neither let out nor self-occupied throughout the previous year. Its annual value will be 75,000, 1,20,000, 60,000 और nil. Let out भी नहीं किया और self occupied भी नहीं है तो उसे बोलेंगे deemed to be let out, DLP माना जाएगा वो. तो फॉर्मूला क्या अप्लाई होगा इनकम फ्रॉम हाउस प्रॉपर्टी के लिए? फेयर वैल्यू, मार्केट वैल्यू और एक्चुअल रेंट रिसीव्ड विच इज 0, विच और इज हायर. So correct answer is 1,20,000. B is correct answer. Then last question. Indexation is applicable to, actually it is applicable to long-term capital assets. Sale of short-term capital assets, no. Sale of long-term debentures, no. Sale of depreciable assets, no. Sale of long-term capital assets which are not depreciable. Correct answer is D. Indexation is applicable to long-term capital assets which are not depreciable. It means land and building or property, all these are flat, residential flat or shop, all these are in long-term capital assets and these are non-depreciable assets. So what are depreciable assets such as plant and machinery? It is also long-term asset but it is depreciable. So indexation is applicable to sale of long-term capital assets which are non-depreciable. So we have completed Maharashtra Set Examination March 2023 question paper Set A, paper 2 Commerce. Okay, done.